Um, hmm. So I think a lot of the information gets communicated. It's kind of tied to what's going on in, generally in the healthcare space. So I think there's a lot of repetition that takes place. I think what Blue Cross provides us, I'll get information from our broker that sort of recycles the same information. Maybe has a slightly different spin on it. And like our professional associations that we're part of will also present similar information. So I think it's valuable that, reading the individual communications. I don't know that the analysis or the impact or the recommendations are necessarily the same. So there's merit in doing that.
Yes.
Sitting down, reading the Blue Cross publication versus the Marsh publication versus the ASC publication, because they all sort of have a different perspective. But a lot of it touches on the same thing. I don't think there's a single source that provides a unique insight into trends in healthcare, for example.
So there's no tailored communication to you. It's basically like you're kind of getting, it's tailored to an extent, but not fully just to you.
Yeah, it's tailored to a broader audience than just my organization or me or my benefits team.
Would it be more helpful to have a more tailored communication being sent to you?
I think it always helps if there's a more specific communication, something that can, that's more relevant to me and my organization, and someone that understands where we're at, what our experience is, and maybe proposing strategies and tactics in terms of how we deal with some of the common issues in healthcare today. So, or in the medical programs today. For example, like the analytics. I would love for Blue Cross Blue Shield to be proactive, right, around that. Say, hey, we've got solutions. This is what we can do, and they don't do that.
Yeah.
Right. They need to shift from being a provider to becoming more of a partner, right? And what I don't see with Blue Cross or Geisinger, for that fact, is that they're trying to partner with us or partner with their broker and sort of come up with customized solutions for us and customized strategies.
So one of the things I'm thinking as you've been saying that, you mentioned wellness. Do you have a wellness program in place?
Sort of.
The reason why I've heard different opinions on wellness programs, so I would love to hear a little bit about that.
So we have wellness. We have aspects of a full-blown wellness program. We don't have one of the off-the-shelf wellness programs that you might find with a healthcare provider. But what we have done is we've actually created a wellness committee here, and we're trying to sort of balance a number of different wellness, well-being initiatives, right, in the workplace. So we don't have some of the healthcare programs have all the, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on the term. All of these requirements for
the credits and like the biometric screening.
Biometrics, all of that good stuff. We haven't adopted that, but we are bringing our vendors in to talk about healthy lifestyle, smoking cessation, financial wellness. There's a whole series of initiatives. We've set up a gym in our headquarters here, and we're encouraging employees to use it, free of charge. And I've probably got about 15% of my workforce here actually using the gym. So we have, I'll call it a wellness program, but I don't think it's really in the formal context that you asked the question in. So we haven't taken a Blue Cross Blue Shield wellness program, but we have used their information, and they have come in and spoken to us about wellness and specific topics, around healthy eating and lifestyle and all that sort of all that good stuff. So,
well, the reason why I asked is sometimes people will take they've implemented a wellness program or a wellness. Even as small as yours, I've heard variations of everything from one thing to 100 things that they do. And they'll take the data to see has
lower cost for healthcare for companies or individuals who might be under the Affordable Care Mandate. So I just, and this is just a personal opinion, I don't know that it's in their best interest to lower premiums, right? Bigger isn't necessarily going to result in cost down to us. I think it will probably benefit in terms of, amalgamating the networks, right? It'll provide access to a greater, a bigger network, but I don't know that it's going to result in lower costs to the recipients. So.
Thank you. Yeah, I've heard similar sentiments. I've heard a bunch of an array of comments on that.
So and you have to be careful because I'm trying not to get political, but I just
well, I think you've answered a lot of my questions today. You've given some amazing perspectives and some great background for me, and really opened my eyes to a few things, and all the different areas that you have to consider, and the pain point of analytics for you is interesting to me. I don't have any other questions for you today. I think this was extremely helpful, and I do appreciate all the time that you've given us. Is there anything else that you want to say? Any questions, comments before I let you go for the rest of your day?
Just when I was completing the original survey, one of and I think I may have conveyed it in the survey, is just the role of benefits in attracting employees. And, we've tried to position ourselves where we offer market or above market benefit programs, right? When we're out there recruiting and trying to attract talent and more importantly, retaining talent. And I think in the past, having a really strong benefit offering, good healthcare, dental, vision, was very much a differentiator. But in some of the very competitive labor markets like we're in Detroit, I mean, we're close to full employment here. The value that new employees are placing on the quality of the healthcare offering, I think, is going down. There's more and more people that are just chasing total comp, right? So more money, as opposed to looking at the quality of benefits that a company is offering. And that makes it very challenging because I could go back and I could try to increase the competitiveness of our benefits, right? But I don't know if that's going to help me from a recruiting and retention perspective. I get very little feedback saying that I'm leaving because of your benefits. I know our benefits are good. When people leave,
sorry, my dog.
No, it's all right. When people leave, they leave for more money, right? So I think there's a cost benefit there as well, right? That needs to be factored in. So it's not just what your healthcare spend is, but what does your total comp look like, right? So I think you have to be careful not to look at healthcare benefits in too narrow a perspective. You have to look at it a little bit more holistically as well.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I've heard that before. It's becoming more and more of a I can't think of the word, but benefits are definitely the people are looking at them as a attraction retention tool for talent. So thank you for your perspective on that, because it's very helpful to hear the broad, everyone's perspective on that. So I do appreciate that.
Having poor benefits may impact your ability to recruit and retain. Having great benefits doesn't necessarily impact it. There's diminishing returns.
Right. Yes.
In terms of
eventually,
the quality of stuff.
Just throwing out, I've heard that too. People will comment on other people saying they'll buy everything under the sun to retain, but it doesn't mean that those things actually work.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I think that's probably the last comment I wanted to make. So.
Thank you. I do appreciate that, and thank you again for your time. And I hope you have a wonderful day.
I will, and good luck with your surveys.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.